Hello and welcome to episode 30 of our Ostriv Alpha 5.2 Let's Play. It is October of 1785 in our town. We have 1,607 residents, and right now we're watching some of them harvest wheat in the field. That's where we left off last time. Way over here on the outskirts of town. And this is an area that we need to be developing a little more, so we'll do some of that today. Probably not a ton, because there's still a ton of trees here that have to be removed and all that good stuff. But there's land over here that has nothing built yet, and I think this could be a really good spot to put a whole bunch of houses, another marketplace, a couple more production buildings. There's lots of stuff to do, primarily because we never seem to have a full complement of workers on these farms. Well, laborers, I guess. Workers are permanently hired. And a couple of these have actually gone without having stuff harvested before. Whereas most of these are completely good. It's just the last two farms we built, and then for whatever reason this guy, never really have everything adequately harvested. So hopefully we can kind of remedy that today and see exactly what it is we have to do, because we have a decent number of laborers, but we definitely could use more, and we could use laborers that live closer, because I get the feeling a lot of these kind of don't. Okay, well, that guy lives right there. There's no excuse. But it is taking a very long time to harvest and gather these things. And that is no bueno. So if you go in here and you look at the settings, we're not prioritizing gathering, because what that does, and I got a couple comments about this, what that does is, see these bundles right here? If you prioritize gathering, they will collect all of these bundles and take them to the farm building before they start on the next field. You don't want that, because then stuff isn't even threshed, or whatever the term is for it. It just sits there and rots. Whereas if these are sitting here, they've got a little bit longer. Yes, moo. They've got a little bit longer before they disappear, sometime into the following year. Whereas this stuff goes away at the end of November if it's not harvested. So that's why I'm trying to get this a little bit faster. Especially this farm. It's like none of these are harvested. Well, there's 4 of them that are pretty harvested. But we really don't even have that much space. And for them to still be this behind at the middle of October, slight cause for concern. So we're going to try to address the labor shortage a little bit. We have 165 open vacancies. That's quite a lot. That's something we can hopefully fix. In addition to doing maybe something else with the barber surgeries, because, well, we figured out that people were too poor to go, which, you know, I guess makes sense if that's something that was changed. But it wasn't really made abundantly clear, so we kind of had to do a trial by fire. And these guys were doing okay for a little while, since they're a brand new family settling in, but people aren't spending the money anymore. So if we could take a look at our population tab, you can actually see that the dividing line here at 40 seems to be where the barber surgery takes effect, as in when people can go in there. I'm not sure if that's 100% true or not. I know I had my wealth cap set to 30 before, and nobody was going. So we're going to raise it a little bit. Right now it is set, like I said, to 50. We had moved it from 30. The tax is still 30. That's 30 per whatever time interval the game decides to do its counting based on. We can raise the threshold. I'm going to raise it to, say, 70. We'll keep it at 30 so that anything over 70 just still mostly goes away. And we're actually going to raise wages. And you might be saying, well, that's going to mess up the economy. Well, yeah, maybe, but remember, any amount over this goes right back into the treasury. So if you want them to actually still have money, you got to pay them more. And if you want to get the money back, then you have to take it away. And they'll get to both of those faster if you give them a little bit more money. So we'll boost it up to 3. And see if that helps a little bit. And then we might also maybe later be able to raise the price of market products, depending on how stuff is looking. But I think we're okay without that. We are spoiling a lot of apricots and cherries. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Huh. Well, we've got a lot of thinking to do. There's a bunch of different things that we can change. Some stuff we can't. But before we get too far, I did want to try this out. Someone left a really insightful comment about the cows. Now, you know, we have this one is entirely just dairy cows. Then we have the infamous bull shed over here. I actually need to put some more of those guys in there. But I was posed with the question, what if you just have a regular cow shed, but you protect all but maybe 1 or 2 slots? Just protect a bunch of milk cows and just slaughter everything else except one bull and all of the milk cows. So that way you can't be overrun with bulls. You'll only have as many extra bulls as you have extra slots because it's capped at 20 total. And when you get over that, then they'll just slaughter the oldest one that isn't protected. So let's count here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think. It's kind of hard to keep track. So I think we protected 11 female cows and 1 bull, which means we have 8 open slots. The rest of these, this isn't even up to 20 anyway. The rest of these will end up slaughtered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these bulls, and the extra ones we haven't protected, and I'm going to send them to the bull shed. And then I think that should take care of that. And then I want to do the same thing. Wow, look at all these oxen here. All right, let's protect cows. I don't know why I haven't thought of this in, 3 years of playing the game. Honestly, it's kind of embarrassing that it took me this long to figure that out, but I am very, very appreciative, of course, to everyone who has offered helpful, insightful advice, as always. Let's take the rest of these oxen in here just to take care of all of that stuff. And we will let them reproduce in peace as they choose to. And I guess we could slaughter some of the rest of these over here anyway. Yeah, we'll just do a couple of them locally. Take care of that. And then there we go. It's going to take some time for the population to build back up. But when it does, we're not going to have the threat of having, I don't know, 18 bulls and 2 milk cows. Just doesn't seem like a very viable option. So I think we can even just do this same thing over here to all but, say, 1 cow, and then we'll take a bull from the bull shed, and actually I should have moved one over here. 2 year, and we'll move it back in here. So we'll actually have 3 cow sheds that are capable of reproduction, but not enough slots left to unbalance stuff. Hopefully that works. I think it should, based on, well, based on just thinking it will. I'm not going to lie to you and say I did a whole bunch of research or anything. Most of my experience with the game is in real time. I think I've pretty much uploaded almost every second of gameplay I've done with this game to my YouTube channel here. So if I'm bad at something, you know it's because I genuinely did not know. Anyway, enough about that. I've got stone wells over here that are finally getting complete. I really like how this area is turning out. Now, I know there's a bunch of stuff over here we still have to do. I wanted to put in an oil workshop and a couple other buildings, so we'll do that today as well. But can I just say, I think this is looking pretty sharp with the little square here. And there's some more decoration we can do that I have not done. So let's check. Let's see. Stone. Yeah, we have plenty of stone as far as lime is concerned. Got about 7,000. We'll need to get some more of that. So let's check out these guys here. Don't have a lot of money. So let's see if I can sell. I don't have enough sunflower oil to really want to sell, but I sure can. What? I don't have. Wow. Never mind. I thought we had a lot of clothing. Metal parts, though, we can absolutely sell those. Horse tack, we probably shouldn't sell a ton. But we got a lot of leather. Wow. So it seems like we're kind of producing some of the wrong stuff. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to have 5,000 lime. Now, why does this still say import? Did I already? I guess they're just waiting on another one of these. So why does that still have an active import? That would have been a long time ago. Huh. Anyway, I was going to import lime, which I will now do, and I think I can do another order. Probably could have done another order anyway. For another 400 should be okay. So we'll import 4,000 lime. That should help us when we build all of our row houses later. That's right, we're going to put some row houses down here. But first, I want to make sure, since we just harvested a whole bunch of stuff, look at all these sunflowers we have. We want to be using them for useful things. So what we'll do, come in here to production, find our oil workshop, which is right here, and then pick exactly where we want to stick one of these things, because there's not room here. There is a little bit of room right over here. And I probably should redo this walkway right here so it's not completely messed up. But I think what we'll end up doing is putting this right about here. And then on the side, we already have a cart shed right here that seems to be functioning nicely. So let's help it out with a little bit of a cart parking. Should fit perfectly on the side here. That's looking nice. And then in the corner here, we have a little spot. We could put something if we can think of anything interesting. But for right now, I think what would work nicely is a bench. And then a second bench right here. Actually, I'm going to remove this bench. And I'm going to put in a nice lilac bush. One right there. Not a cherry tree. Let's put a secondary bush right next to it. And then we'll put another bench. If I can get out of the shadow so I can actually see what's going to fit where. Maybe there's not going to be room for it. Okay, you know what? We'll just leave that like that. That should be okay. So that's going to give us an oil workshop right there in the vicinity of the farm that is going to be storing all of this. That'll be nice to have there. And then the space right here probably isn't really big enough for us to do too much unless we had something back up to this field and just force the use of this pavement right here. So the only thing I can think of that would really fit there would be some warehouses or a larger granary for some of the farm items. But actually, there's a pretty decent amount of flax that could be stored. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and put in a couple of these warehouses. Say right, this field is not completely straight, which is just a little irritating. But that's fine. Nothing has to be straight. It's just a much more aesthetically pleasing thing in my mind's eye when it is. All right, so that's going to be close enough, we'll say. So let's put one right there. One right here. There we go. Then I think I'll just put another one right there. That is A-okay. That'll force people to come around here anyway. Since we have those three in, you might think this is dumb, but if we put another cart parking right here on the outside, that'll ensure that we have adequate carts for this whole area for a very, very long time, which is going to be extremely useful. We'll figure out exactly what's going to go in these warehouses, but again, it's most likely going to be stuff that is grown on the farm, or stuff like firewood, like we have right here, already full. We do not want to run out of firewood, but you have 116,000 stored. Yes. Trust me, there will come a time when that is not enough. And that will be a terrible, terrible time. But here we are at the end of October, and we still have not made a whole lot of progress on our harvesting. I know we're still on one-time speed, but now we actually have close to a full complement of laborers on the farm. So let's go ahead and go into turbo mode. Give these guys a fighting chance of completing before we hit 20 minutes on the episode. Come back over here. Stone wall's looking good. Oil workshop's going to be coming up next. Game sure is doing a lot of calculating. So we know this is in progress. They've got a pretty good amount. Oh, this is actually already harvested? Okay, we're good then. Now over here is what I was more concerned about, and it looks like this is probably going to be fine. That's good to see. This farm is done. Those two farms are done. This is all good. This is almost ready to replant. Another couple of weeks and it probably will be completely empty. So we're going to, of course, it's almost winter, which is a perfect time to get a nice amount of population before the planting season happens. And to also plant some more orchards. We have a couple right here. And of course, a little while back, where did we put those? Over here? Yeah. I think we could put another orchard in if we wanted to. This is still just 1 year since planting. So it's going to take them forever and a day to actually get over here to move all these trees. But let's go ahead and stick another orchard right here. Let's see what I have to do to get this taken care of. 42 trees, man. Alright, I want this to come a little bit further down this way. There we go. That's much better. We'll rotate this appropriately. Stick it right near the front. 39 trees. That's going to give them something to chew on. Then, of course, we'll have one apple, one cherry. I'm not sure if we want to do more apricots or not, because I think a lot of them end up spoiling. So, I don't know. We'll see. We got some time. Toward the end of November, are we all finished harvesting? Sure looks like it. That is good to see. I am glad that got cleared up, because that was a little rough. A little touch and go for a while. And I know it's still not going to be enough. We're already starting to look a little low on some of this stuff. But stuff is looking, by and large, pretty good. Pretty good. Don't have too many complaints here. Oh, we have a building we have to attend to. Oil workshop. Just go ahead and hire some guys. Copy paste our settings. Looking good. All done. Good to go. Order some carts for the cart parking. And now that the snow is coming down, we can focus on putting some more stuff over here. We have this farm. That actually, is the rotation correct? I guess it's fine. Now, this is not looking great for... Oh no, that's fine for flax. I was wrong. I was jumping to conclusions. Anyway, what I'm getting at is we need to build housing over here. I think the smart thing to do is to put a couple of row houses in. We are kind of far from the city center, though, so we might just stick with 2 stories. Build a couple of those, and then maybe some garden houses, and then let them do what they want. We also have this little corner right here, which I think is going to be best served with something like reforestation areas like we have over here. We have plenty of room and time. Please do not crash while you're performing calculations. Thank you. Plenty of time to do that. We don't have a bridge over here yet. They'd have to walk all the way across. So that might not be the biggest priority right now. But let's go ahead. Go back to single time speed just so we don't get too overwhelmed by ourselves and our misplaced zeal. And let's put in some row houses here. Yes, we will have a time lapse. Don't worry. I have not forsaken the time lapse. So we got that one right there. It's just regular 2-floor. And we'll actually put in a couple of these. So we have our F1 modification tools. I think these are fantastic. I love the ability to just customize stuff like this. Stuff like this is like some of the most fun you can have when playing a game. To just actually modify things. So in the middle we'll put a store like we normally do. So I think what we'll end up doing is just kind of generally curve this a little bit. We already kind of have. Might actually uncurve a little bit there. So we got that one in the middle. And then we'll put 2 more on the outside. So we actually are going to have 5 buildings But it's not going to be so huge and imposing because they are only 2 stories. You don't have to overbuild just because space is there. And this is not going to be a super popular place to live. Actually, the 8 slots in this store are not going to be enough. So what we're going to have to do is put in, instead of just putting all of them with a storefront in there, we'll just put some market stalls out front and have it set up so that it is a little community hub, because there are going to be some garden houses over here as well. Just have to make this actually make sense here. There we go. So we got those 5 right there. And, of course, we'll have to put in low-quality water, huh? What about on the back? Okay, so that must be because of our height above terrain. Or rather, water level. So there's higher quality water available over here, but not over here. Alright, so we'll have to keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead. I think I don't want government stuff. If I just put in market stalls right in front of here, that's not really what we're looking for. Let's go ahead. It's going to be a while before this is really that big of a problem. And also, we are technically within range of some market stalls still, so it won't be that big of a deal. I'm just going to go ahead, since we have these farm fields right here. We do have capacity, I guess, technically, if we had enough laborers. We have capacity for another full-size field or 2, which we might still end up doing. So I'm not going to build anything right here, but we will come in right along the backside and kind of fill this in. Give ourselves a little bit of a connection here. It's going to auto-connect to the corner of the thing anyway. But if we can make it in such a way where it actually is still going to be possible to put a full-size field in, I think that would be wise. So of course we'll do that by putting in a pretty sizable just village house plot here. But I'm going to make this side a little shorter. Bring this in and then move the house around a little bit because I want to put another one right here. So we'll stick that there. Don't worry, we're gonna get to all this before too long. Before too long. I'll be here all week. Literally, I post videos every day. If this is your first one you're watching, first of all, welcome. Sorry that you're starting on episode 30 for whatever reason, but I'm glad you're here. Do post videos every day. Ostriv 2 or 3 times a week. Right now it's 3. Temperborn 3 or 4 times a week. A couple live streams. Anyway, enough shilling. We'll put that house in there. Make sure we have a little bit of space here in the middle. Actually, probably should measure out a 50. Oh, we actually have an oxen that's died. We gotta fix that. So let's actually fix this right here. Oh, 49. Which side is 4? Okay. Oh, we got really good at this. I know this is everyone's favorite thing, watching me drag out fields. But it's an important part of the game. And I know that's not... People aren't always excited about that, but I love it. Alright, so remember like 5 minutes ago when I said I'm not going to put more fields in here, G-Set? I lied. We're going to put more fields in. They're not going to have them ready, though. That is going to take them quite some time to take care of, so we're not going to worry about it. Instead, we'll just plant the boundaries, and whenever they fix it, they fix it. If they don't for a while, then you know what, that's fine. Alright, so that's going to be 50-50. Where is my other thing here? Oh, I hate it when it doesn't start in the right spot. Alright, so well, that's what we have to do, is then start there instead. Oh, now it's 49. Okay, this means war. 50. Probably should have started in the back corner, in all honesty. Okay, so that is... annoying is what that is. You know what? I'm going to choose not to be irritated by this. We'll just go with that. We'll let them do what they need to do. Anyway, these 2 fields here are going to allow us to place the rest of these. Oh, which actually probably should have... Should have been something else. Yeah, okay, we'll put a different building here. Maybe a granary. It's not the most beautiful thing ever, but at least it would make sense for this to be here. So we'll stick that. 2 houses. Remember, we have our row houses right here, so we don't want to build too close to that. I think we might just want to leave most of this open, maybe for some production stuff, or maybe some fishing docks. Might actually work really nicely right here. Instead, we have room over here to put in some more fun stuff. Now, this is not going to be in the range of market stalls, but we have a secret weapon, and it's called market stalls. So, I know that's it's a little bit of a dumb thing to say, isn't it? But I think we'll be okay. All right, now that stops being too long right about there, which means we'll stick this back in like so. I can actually push this almost all the way to the water. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No market stalls nearby. Cry me a river. There'll be market stall when it's actually time. Now, can I... Oh, ho, ho, ho. I can put a well here. It's actually going to be good quality water. Okay, we'll put that there. That is nice. And then we can come right over here. And I believe... back this thing all the way up. And then get this thing all the way down. There we go. And then we're not going to have this go all the way to the water because it's not going to let me. But a couple of these houses with maximum size gardens are really, really going to help us out in terms of having things supplied for markets. It's going to be very, very handy. And we are going to want to save some room for a bridge. We'll probably just put that straight across here so it's a nice even path. Then I think we got room. I'm pretty sure I've got room just to come all the way down here. Oh, look how perfectly that gap is going to match right there as soon as I do that. I love to see that. Love to see it. All right, so that's looking okay there. That's looking good. All right, so if we put that there, that's going to give us some space back here. We can put some other stuff. Have some nice big house plots. That is going to be fantastic. And that should net us, let's see, we got 5 new buildings here. These are four families apiece in the 2-story. Is that what it is? Yeah. And then the one that has a store is going to be 3. So that is 19. 19 families there. And then we have 5 new houses. So that's going to be 24 new families or marriages or what have you. Which is hopefully going to give us somewhere in the neighborhood of about 60 working adults if they're all immigrants, which they probably won't all be immigrants. But that would really go a long way toward filling in some of our vacancies. And you love to see that. Now, the one well is not going to be enough to slake everyone's thirst, so we will have to put in another one of these. Oh, look how clutch this is, folks. That is clutch. I'm going to move the granary just a little bit. Just a little bit. Hello? Please? Okay, thank you. Can move it just a little bit here. Did I get the rotation wrong on this? No. We're going to move it a tiny bit up that way so the well will fit right here. Very nice right there. So that should help. It won't completely solve our water problems over here, but it will make it a lot easier for these people. So you love to see that. There are still some jobs available up here, and we'll be adding additional ones. But I think for right now, this is a pretty good time-lapse fuel. So let's come back up to our warehouses. This is just about done. We'll get these all set up. First one, of course, is going to be firewood because you can never have too much firewood. This one I think we can make into flax. Let's say 10,000 flax. And then if I can get sunflowers and wheat, I think, in this one. 5K a piece. That'll be nice, convenient storage for most of these things. Copy paste all of our warehouse settings. There we go. At one point we had someone working in the warehouses, but we don't currently have enough people. We have plenty of laborers though. At least when it's relevant. So that'll be fine. This is now ready for cart parking, addition of carts. And then we have an orchard with 34 trees in the queue. So I'm just gonna, you know, kind of move that way, and we'll come over here and go ahead and start our time lapse, and we'll see you on the other side. Hopefully I have enough lime to build all these row houses. I think we should be good. 10,000 of that stone, 19,000. Let me just check this real quick. Yeah, that should be fine. I think we'll be good. All right, time lapse time. We'll see you on the other side. All right, that was a really long time lapse. Sheesh. The game has been making a whole lot of calculations. But at any rate, this area is now looking a whole lot better. We have 5 new houses with big gardens. Well, this one, not so much. But we do have 5 houses with gardens that are already beginning to plant and should be able to sell some goods to our store here. And also our granary right here will be purchasing from locals. We'll have to modify that appropriately and keep adding as people make things available for sale. And that'll be really cool. And we did manage to get this field completed. This field is awaiting just a few trees to be removed, and we should be good to go. So let's take a look at what we want to add to this farm. It should be just shy of 20,000 units. It's not going to be that big of a deal. We already have, can't click right, we already have 3 fields on a wheat and flax rotation. We have 4 fields on a wheat, 5 fields on a wheat flax rotation. Never mind, and 3 on a sunflower hemp rotation. So if we take a look at the rest of our stats here, we have a decent amount of barley still. Potatoes are looking okay. Buckwheat's looking okay. We probably could stand to have some more potatoes. And I know we could always use more barley. Unfortunately, those are not really compatible crops. So what I might try to do is do kind of a hybrid here. Barley and potatoes kind of offset with something else in the middle. This takes 50%, that takes 20%, that takes 30%. All right, let's do potato and buckwheat, and then after the buckwheat, I think we can do barley, and then maybe we can get a flaxen. So this is going to be kind of a weird field. We'll try it out. If it doesn't work, then we'll change it to something else. But I think that might be worth trying. We'll have to wait and see. Oh. Okay, yeah, we can just add all that stuff. That's fine. We can always take stuff away. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure we had some sort of food storage over here that people would be able to take advantage of. So that is looking good. We also, of course, are out of burial plots. Which, yeah, it's fine. But I did want to check our barber surgeries, because I saw a lot of people dying of illness. Yeah, and they're still not working, so I don't understand what the deal is with these things. Something is very obviously completely broken, and I think I'm beyond my ability to understand how to fix this. So it worked before, which I don't understand. And we clearly have enough people with money. So I don't know if it's just like something is legitimately broken in the game, or if it's just my save file or I just completely missed something else. I don't really know how that's even possible with as much as we've been doing. But, yeah, suffice to say, this is a little irritating. This doesn't work. This is a brand new family to 2 years ago, or like a month before I started that time lapse. That was a long one. So they should not be affected by any whatever. It should be a brand new thing. They're just not getting income, which is baffling to me. I don't really understand how that works. So I guess we can just have to assume people are going to just die and deal with it. I think is what the game's trying to tell me. Well, let's go ahead and put on 12 times speed here. Get this last tree removed, and then we can plant this field. I'm going to try that same pattern we have going over here. All right. So we have potato, buckwheat, barley, and flax. All right, and I'm going to start this one on barley, just to offset a little bit. And pretty sure they shouldn't have any problems taking care of this now that we have more laborers. This is a lot more than they had before. And they're increasing as the other farms are getting more and more filled. Oh, this plow is not repaired, huh? I should have checked this a long time ago, and I think I did, and then I just forgot. Let's take a look at our bull shed here. We have some oxen that can just get right on the job there. Looking good. This farm plow needs repair. This farm's looking good. Farm's looking good. Needs repair. Okay, so our carpentries are kind of a point of concern now, aren't they? They really shouldn't be. Ah, metal parts, our old nemesis. Well, what about iron? We have iron. Metal parts, we have 7. Now, that may or may not be because I decided to sell a whole bunch of them, but our smithies should be able to keep up. I don't know why I clicked on that. Oh, these are all broken. Okay. And yet I have this set to only produce metal parts. Why is that? Why is that not a thing? Okay, how many nails do we have? 5,000 nails. Okay. No. No, you can make metal parts. And you can make metal parts. You're already making metal parts. You're only making metal parts. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because we don't have any available carts or wagons because everything's broken. Oh my god. Okay, they're all broken. That would possibly explain why everything is so screwed up. Ah, man. Cart parking and everything. All right, are you selling? Yes, you are. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to buy 1,000 metal parts because our smithies can't figure out what they're doing. Ah, the shoe salesman. Yes. Please buy all of my shoes, thank you, and my clothing. I love to see that. We can make some money, folks. We should have been doing this the whole time. We just haven't really been great at it. How many do I have? Okay, I don't have any. Good. I was going to feel kind of bad about not doing that. All right. So I will have enough money by the end of this. We're going to get about another 3,000 here. Can I buy... I'm not going to buy 23,000, but I will buy, say, 15,000 dried fish. I almost said fried fish. No. No. Let's try 10,000 sallow. We'll go through that one real quick. All right. And we'll roll with that. We'll see exactly what's going on there. Now, one thing this area does not have is a school. So we should probably build one. I don't know, maybe just a passing thought. But we do have all of our housing fully occupied. We're just over 1,700. And this area is really starting to shape up nicely. Hopefully we can get these gardens planted in the rest of these houses. I think they're taking their sweet time. You're unemployed. You can do something there. So we should be... We still have over 100 open vacancies. Man, can't believe it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, put in a primary school. It kind of needs to be over here, but I also just don't want to plop it down without thinking about something. So that's not the worst place to put it. So why don't we actually have the door kind of facing facing this area here. And we'll improve stuff. We'll probably move this construction office somewhere else. But at the very least, this side of the town does not have any school. The closest one is here, and that is in the middle of this housing block. So if we have another one right here, near all of these row houses, I think a lot of these... Okay, well, they have adult children. They settled 26 years ago. Yeah, but at least some of these should have young kids. And wow, that's a... How would you like to be a 21-year-old and have a 1-year-old little kid sibling? I don't know. It's not really that rare, but sheesh. She gave birth at age 47? Wow. Built different, I guess. See, the rest of these kids have already been gone forever. Anyway, point being, there's a need for a school, and then when we build over here, there's probably going to be a need for a school as well. But we can't only have, I don't know, 24 kids every 5 years get a level of education. So we're not out of beer. Are we out of meat? No, we're not out of meat. Yeah, so it has to be this transportation issue we're having because the carpentries don't have stuff kept up. So that's a little irritating. How are we doing on planting? Looks like some of the stuff is still in sowing. We have 3 fields yet to be sown there, which is fine. Looks like it is being appropriately handled there. These are all sown, looking good. 2 plows broken, that's great. Okay, so we have 3 more yet to sow here, and 1 month to do it, so that's not looking great. Could be worse. This one's all done. This one's all done, looking good. Oh, I was going to shuffle fields around between farms. I always forget. I don't know what it is. I always forget. Did they actually sow this? They haven't even plowed this, have they? Oh, no. Oh, that's a disaster. Having not have this plowed in the 2nd week of May. That's bad news. Can I... Jeez. I have to remember to do this. I always forget. And that's going to cost us a field of sunflowers, it looks like. But if that's the only one that hasn't been plowed yet, and they've sown every... Oh, okay, no. They still haven't sown this one yet. Alright, so you people better get a move on here. Now, where is my plow? There it is. You better get up here, man. Come on. Something tells me this is not going to work. Though this one is almost half sown. So maybe there's hope. That is the one bad thing about having this be really far. And also definitely needing to be assigned to this farm and not the other one. Stuff can go bad really, really fast. But we'll have this field of buckwheat at least. School is done. We'll have to go take a look at that in a second. There's a whole lot of calculations. One of these days it's going to bite me in the butt. Alright, so we have a school. Let's hire a teacher. And they'll start filling up. Should be pretty much instantaneous filling with children. Alright, we're halfway through May. We're not yet plowed. Alright, yeah, it's not looking good, folks. I'm still not entirely sure if the sowing process begins before the end of the sowing season, if it will let you finish. I feel like I should have already been aware of this. Do we have... Okay, we're slowly getting more and more laborers. Oh no, all the plows are broken. Great. Great, great, great. That is exactly what I wanted to see. Alright, so... Can you guys finish sowing this before it's too late? Let's find out. It's a nail biter, isn't it? Man, that must have... I think it took me over half an hour to record that time lapse, so we'll wrap this up in a little bit here. But, oh man, it's coming right down to the wire. I think we might make it. Yeah, it looks like we will. That little indicator bar is almost all the way. And it looks like they got it. It says plowing skipped, but the field is plowed, so I don't know, folks. I don't know what's going on with that. But that is, for better or for worse, complete. Looks like we got everything planted, which is fantastic news. Hopefully. Oh, we need to, speaking of planting, plant all those again. They are churning through these reforestation areas, which reminds me, I did say today that we were going to start putting stuff over here. So let's go ahead, go back down to 1 times game speed. Let's put a bridge across the river here. And I think, oh, that's a whole lot of wood. I think that's what we want to do, is just come straight across here. And then just put a whole bunch of stuff over here. Alright, so that's going to be a really, really low bridge for all of these ships coming through here. But what am I supposed to do? It's just kind of something you can't really fix. Alright, so we need to build a forestry over here. And I'm trying to think where the best spot for it would be. Probably, honestly, should be on this side, since it's going to be planting stuff over here. So why don't we go ahead? Yes, I'm trying to think the best alignment here. I might just copy this, see if that works. Put a forestry right here at the very edge, where I don't have to remove any trees. Alright, if I put that right there, and then I'll have to put in a forestation area as soon as that's taken care of. So let's jump right back in, 12 times game speed. Move this orchard down because, again, it is not going to be ready. And we'll have to get them to take care of all this bridge construction, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge if all of the wagons are still broken, which they are. I can't ever find these carpentries. Here it is. Nothing ordered. Are you sure about that? Because I see wagons that need repair right here. So why don't you get on? There you go. There you go. That's what you want to see. Get everything fixed up for me. Nice and good. Yeah, because we want to see this. We want to see this bridge built ASAP. We want to see them rocket across here. Then put in that forestry. And then we want to put in a couple of reforestation areas. And then I think that's going to be a good spot to call it for today. But aside from the barber surgeries still being completely and utterly broken, despite everything I can think of, I think we've done pretty well today. We're not facing a huge imminent food crisis. We have 21,000 beer. These people need to drink more beer. I can't sell all of it, but I definitely can sell some. Horse died of old age. We're going to have to go check on that. Yeah, see, now we're producing more sunflower oil. And we're really going to need to stay on top of exports because we have substantially greater financial strain. You definitely don't want to let that get too far behind. Are we still exporting apples here? No, good, because we don't have enough to export. Beer, 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 beer. We have so much beer. Please buy our beer. We have a lot of mead. Still have some dried fish. Honey. I don't know why we never have honey. But that's fine. So that is going to end up looking pretty good. I just keep getting the broke loans. I'm telling you, if we had this figured out, then we wouldn't need that. Everything is looking nice, though. And I know we have a lot more work to do in this area to try and get stuff a little bit nicer looking with our pavements. And at some point, I think I might want to just do a whole time-lapse decoration episode. Maybe a live stream, even, because we are getting to that point in the playthrough where it's pretty tedious to sit through all this. Episode 30, which is fantastic. I love, 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 love that we have all this going on. This is all looking good. That's looking nice. These are working. This thing, yeah, they're all working. So I think we should be pretty good supplying construction and everything. Nothing to be too upset about there. Are we still broken here? Yeah. I'm at my wit's end, man. It worked perfectly fine, and then they did an update, said it improved stuff, and it just completely broke it. I've gotten no response on that front, which is, understandable, but still frustrating. Hopefully that gets fixed. Either that or I'm just the biggest idiot in the history of the universe because I still haven't figured out how it's supposed to work. I don't know. Everybody has a ton of money now. I I more than doubled the wealth threshold from before when it worked. And it's still not working. Pay people more money, still not working. Still don't have barber surgeries tax because they don't have any income, so I don't want the families to starve. Oh my god, look. They're just drinking all the time. Look at all this. They've got 84 units of beer, 35 things of meat, 105. If you had this much liquor stored in your house, people would call you an alcoholic any day of the week. My guy. Why? Get people to come in. See, these people are much more reasonable. They have less than one beer. They got cherries and apples and stuff. Yeah, that's looking nice. Now get people to come in and, you know, eat. Well, not eat. The barber surgery. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's going to be memed. Do not eat at the barber surgery. Oh, what's that meme? It's like, never order the shrimp tacos from AutoZone or something. That's a guy in a hospital bed. It's like, don't buy food at AutoZone. Auto parts? Sure. Shrimp tacos? Absolutely not. All right, let's get this forestry finished because we got to wrap this up. We're starting to run out of time here. Is there anything I can sell these guys? Cheese? We never have enough cheese. Not buying any of that. How are we still? Okay, we're about to harvest buckwheat, so that's okay. We have a lot of wool. We have enough lime, cucumber. I wish we could sell some more of this stuff. We just have not been producing quite enough. Fortunately, this forestry is just about done. Hoping we can get some people to work there. That would be nice. And then we'll take care of everything. There we go. Plant trees. That's what I wanted. I want to come in the corner here. All the way back. And we're going to go to the maximum length. Find out wherever that is. 50 units. Why am I not surprised? And we'll start there. Come out 50 units. Come this way. Is that 49? 48. Okay. Move a little bit that way. Try it again. Move it a little more that way. Try it again. Move it a little more that way. Try it again. 50 units. Now, is this going to get me the golden number here? No. No, we got to come a little bit further this way. I know this is everyone's favorite, absolute favorite activity in Ostriv is watching me make these giant fields. Yeah, we still need more. All right, let's come down, say right about here. Oh, look at that. That is a thing of beauty. That is a thing of beauty. It's going to go right in the corner. Beautiful. Look at that precision engineering right there. And I didn't even have to go to school for it. Okay. Let's do the same thing again over here. We're only going to get to 48, 47. That's okay. Is that going to get me to... yeah, actually, that's just about perfect. We'll stick with that right there. That'll give us plenty, hopefully, plenty of trees. It's going to take them a really long time to take care of that. But that's okay. Look at this. I love these fields when they're in the process of being harvested and you have the nice golden color of the wheat. That is just, wow, they went fast over here. Good job. This farm is light years ahead of all these other people. Light years ahead. So yeah, let's just let them finish that up. Why are we moving out? Shoes! You want shoes. If it's shoes you want, it's shoes you shall have. We have 10,000 shoes. So, children... Oh, this isn't straight. That's going to bug me. Let's put in some market stalls, shall we? Just right outside. You can buy as many shoes as you wish. As long as you have enough money. Alright. Let's put one there. And put one there. Autofill slots. Autofill slots. I already have firewood, you absolute dunce. Okay. give me shoes. Do we already have... No, we do not have clothing. We don't have clothing here. Are we really duplicating half of these things? Salt? I don't think so. No, you are going to become clothing. Dried fruit, you are going... Oh, we don't have anybody working there. Okay, well, that might be why. You are going to become warm clothing. And that's going to be shoes. I guess they want dried fruit and salt. Sure, fine, whatever. We just got to get these people working in here. There we go. So that should help a little bit. We'll add some more. But that is a nice, easy thing to just go ahead and do. We got to add some more burial plots. Once more. This is... I'm not kidding when I say this is slam full. Yes, we'll just put some more in here. This will be the last little bit that we can actually squeeze in. And then we're going to have to build ourselves a new cemetery. We had that many people waiting to get buried? Yikes. I think that's the last one. There we go. Alright, so next episode we're going to have to remember that we need to bury more people. Find a new spot. Because at one point this was on the very outskirts of town, and now it is kind of conveniently centrally located. I don't know why the outline's not showing up for these. It normally does. Alright, so that'll tide us over for, I don't know, another 5 minutes on that. Everything is starting to look really nice. I'm hoping we can get the rest of these fields harvested. I do still have some concerns about this farm taking care of that. We just need more people over here. Should probably build some more houses. This is all farming right here. There's really... The only closest people live here, and they've all got jobs doing other stuff. So let's check our salt works. It's already good to go. Beasts of burden are not dying there. The other, I guess, critical buildings to have, you know, not dead horses would be wagon sheds. That one seems to be okay. That's okay. That's okay. And that's all the only ones we have. So maybe it was just an old horse in the stables. Oh my... Okay, why do we have so many horses? Yeah, I think we can safely not worry about that. That's okay. So that should be fine. Are we functioning normally? We have metal parts on all these carpentries. Looks like we do. We don't have a ton, though. We definitely need to get more built. But I think part of that was probably just an issue with the transportation logistics, since all of our carts and wagons were completely broken. Other than that, I think we pretty much accomplished everything we need to do today. Got lots of good stuff done. Identified some other things we want to improve on. But hey, we have another 100 people. We still have 150 open vacancies. Oh, come on. It's a never-ending cycle, man. It's just eternal. Eternal, eternal, eternal. Okay. So, we're not going to be storing chicken eggs here. That's a waste of a slot. Do I not have anybody to buy from? Okay. We don't need to be selling sunflowers. Are you going to give me anything that's not sunflowers? No. Okay. Alright, so we're going to be fine, I guess, just like this. I guess I can put the chicken eggs back, because why not? So we're going to want to put in a couple more chicken coops, but again, that's the next episode thing. We got a little bit of cleaning up to do. We got to put in a couple more of these reforestation areas. Just make this whole thing just reforestation. Because, let's face it, no one's going to want to live all the way in the core of the map. So that's perfectly what this is good for. This forestry right here will be just fine to take care of that. Might put in a second one if we can find the time and the space. Maybe some orchards over here, but we want everything to be accessible for most of the people that are going to be living in this area. So I think most of the production that we're going to put over here, I'm going to want to keep in this general area. If we can ever have enough people in place to, you know, actually fill all these jobs, then I think we'll be in good shape. But it's like a never-ending war. You have to add more people so you can fill jobs, and then you have to have more jobs because you need production to feed the people you just brought in. And then it's like, all right, well, at some point, you're going to have to catch up with the other thing. But I don't know what that is. I don't know when that is. All I know is that is all we have time for. So again, thanks for being here. I know these get really tedious toward the late game, especially if you are not the one playing the game. But I appreciate you being here through all of this and all the amazing support you guys give me each and every time I post a video. So just keep on being awesome, and I hope you'll stick around for more. We have plenty more to come. This map is not yet filled, and the game file still opens. So as long as those two conditions are the same, then we're just going to keep on playing. I don't know how many more episodes we're going to have, but I don't know, we could end up going past 50 depending on how many more of these expansions and different patches and stuff they're going to put out. And there's a couple other buildings that they've been hinting at lately. So we'll see if those come out sometime soon. If anything gets updated, fixed, or changed, or whatever. And of course, we'll talk about it here. But yeah, that is all we got. Big thanks to the Beard Boosters, as always, for being awesome and helping defray some of the cost of what I do here, and laying the groundwork for some cool stuff to come. And if you want any more information on that, info in the description. Of course, it's never, ever required. Just glad that you're here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And if you're not, hopefully it turns around for you. Have a great one. Stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.